Hey guys, welcome back to AFK Journey. In today's video, they have just put out the Ulmus, preview video. I have such mixed feelings about this. I know from my last video, so I've been an Ulmus fan from AFK Arena days, so I think he's a cool character. But from my last video, I think the general majority of players thought like a tree was not a hype character to summon for. So in that sense, it's kind of good that he is an A-level character. However, the pacing of release of characters is just feeling so sketchy. We're going one A-level into another A-level when I feel like A-level banners are just kind of horrible. Now, maybe they are doing him with another character who is an S-level character, and they're going to use that feedback on, like, maybe put them on the same banner and him have, like, rate up as the A-level, and then the S-level has it. I don't know, but this, once again, it comes down to a sheer lack of communication for me to understand what's going on. But we are getting Ulmus. He is going to be an A-level. And that's all I've got. We're going to look at his kit and stuff. Now, the one thing I will say about Ulmus as an A-level, I think he looks pretty decent. And for me, I'm at the point where I've got my Arden built, I've got my Damien built. I'm looking for that next level. Once he goes on to the standard banner, he will be one that I will probably put on the standard banner based on what I'm seeing out of his kit so far. But he's not one that I am going to rush to summon with my exclusive tickets. It's an A-level character. So I don't know. I feel like the game is just not giving me hype vibes at all. And maybe if they're using Ulmus as like another little stall to save, and then they're going to release like a really hype character as the S level next, that's cool. Like, I'm cool with that. But communicate it. Dude, I don't know what's going on here. I just don't know what is going on, what the gist, what they're thinking. We need some communication, but we do have Ulmus in the game. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know what you think, one, about Ulmus, and two, about him being a back-to-back A-level banner. I'm curious to see what you guys think, because for me, as free-to-play, I just don't think the A-levels are worth it on the banner, when we know that then they will go into the Dream Store and they will go into the standard wish list. I'm not going to spend the summons that I could get an S level up when I can get these guys from the store. It's just the way it is. But that's my little rant for the start of the video. I feel like every video lately is having a bit of a rant. But let's go through the video and see what we have. Now, am I still on 2x speed? Okay, I'm on 1x speed. We're good. Let's go. Okay, not gonna lie. I'm just skipping the flavor text, getting straight into the meat and potatoes for this one, because they're just talking about Ulmus's age and stuff like that. I just want to get into the skills, guys. Let's be honest. All right, let's look. Okay, so passive. When Ulmus's HP ratio drops below 30% for the first time, he re-enters the back line. He retreats to the back line to take root and recover 30% HP. While rooted, Ulmus is unaffected and unable to move. His normal attacks become ranged attacks that deal an additional 50% damage to enemies surrounding the primary target. Active. Ulmus attacks an enemy, knocking the target and adjacent enemies into the air, dealing damage, plus an extra 4% damage. It was HP based. This skill prioritizes the area with the most enemies within range. So that is his ultimate. The passive portion, when he drops below 30%, he's going to root himself. Now, I hope this has a cheat death involved, meaning you can't go from 40% to 0 without proccing this. Otherwise, like, I hate mechanics like that just don't work the way they're supposed to, because just damage is too high on that's incoming. But let's go through it.
Two different states in battle, both providing crucial protection to the team. When his health is good, he uses his ultimate skill, Ancient Tenacity, hammering the ground to knock down the target and nearby enemies. Okay, so the target location has to be within one tile of him, and then it has like the center tile plus every adjacent one that it hits. His skill, Verdant Barrier, adds a shield to himself, and when it breaks, it deals damage to nearby enemies. Also, it looked like it knocked them, wait. Also, and when it breaks, it deals. Wait, where was that? Enemies. His skill, okay, there's his shield. Barrier, adds a shield to himself, and when it breaks, okay, it deals damage to nearby enemies. It also knocks them back. Also, the skill, Way and of down. The Forest, allows him to continuously recover a portion of his lost health. This is when Grandpa Ulmus becomes the protector. It's just not enough healing, in my opinion. And shielding those behind him.
But I know he has another state. Sometimes Grandpa Ulmus won't move at all, and then the squirrels can't gather any nuts.
That is when Grandpa is taking root. Another way he protects everyone. When his health drops below a certain threshold for the first time, he returns to his initial tile and takes root, changing all his skills. In his rooted state, Grandpa Ulmus switches to a ranged attack form and becomes immune to all control effects. During this time, his ultimate, Ancient Tenacity, changes to throwing a boulder instead of hammering
Okay,
the
his
ground,
energy regeneration's
knocking
huge
down
though.
the target. This is when Grandpa Ulmus gets really angry. Verdant Barrier will now shield the foremost ally instead of himself. Way of the Forest also changes. When rooted, he recovers energy instead of health. Taking
Ooh, 34
root
energy
allows
per second.
Grandpa
That's not
Ulmus
too
to
bad.
Fall back and support other heroes, continuing the fight even with low health.
Okay, so when he goes tree form, he goes to be more of a ranged, like mage type thing, but he throws rocks. So physical mage, let's call it. And then he is throwing the big rock for his ultimate. He has good energy regeneration, and the ultimate has good control. I guess that's what we're kind of looking at.
So, little squirrels, please.
Are we going to
stop
get his
teasing him.
exclusive?
Although Grandpa Ulmus has forgotten his age, he remains our trusted guardian, and we must cherish his kindness.
I love Grandpa too. Let me talk to them. We often sit by his roots together and listen to his fascinating stories of the past.
Well, through his roots, Grandpa can use...
All right, let's read this. Ulmus extends his roots to trap vulnerable enemies on the battlefield. Whenever an enemy is knocked down, knocked into the air, or affected by other displacement effects, Ulmus binds the target to the ground, increasing the knockdown duration by 2. Is it only the knockdown duration? Or is it is it the stun duration of the knockup? I'm guessing it is. Or maybe his roots knock them down. I'm not too sure, but extends it by 2 seconds and deals damage. This effect can only affect the same enemy once every 10 seconds. And then gains 60 life drain when dealing damage with the skill. Okay, so it looks like you don't actually need to upgrade this at all, unless the damage is something you're really looking for. But it can only affect the same enemy once every 10 seconds. Which isn't enough, in my opinion. I don't know, maybe it will be. Like, enough to make him, like, amazing. It's good. It's a good added effect. But, like, because it's only knockdown and knock up, and the knock-ups and knockdowns, they're not long stun durations. If you could have, like Arden's roots get extended, then you're getting into a decent duration and a decent uptime. But like knockdown's like 1 second stun, you add 2 seconds, you can't get it. I don't know, we'll have to wait and see.
Exclusive skill, Prowling Roots, to sense the battlefield. When an enemy is knocked up, knocked down, or forcibly moved, Grandpa Ulmus uses his roots to entangle the target, extending their downtime and dealing damage. This control effect can trigger once every 4 seconds on the same enemy.
Wait, that's different. That's different. Is it 4 seconds or 10 seconds? If it's once every 4 seconds on the same enemy, this is a huge ability. If it's once every 10 seconds, it's not so huge. Wait. They might have given Dolly the wrong script. Because that definitely says 10 seconds. And there's nothing here that reduces it to 4 seconds. I don't know, we'll have to wait and see.
Extending their downtime and dealing damage. This
Wait.
control effect can trigger once every 4 seconds on the same enemy.
Grandpa Ulmus is so powerful. Do you think he would know?
All right, so once every 4 seconds on the same enemy would be good. Once every 10 seconds, not so good. But I mean, in general, the healing over time, it's not enough. But it's not about the healing over time. It's about it being energy over time once he goes into the rooted state. His ult is actually not too bad considering he has high energy regeneration, so he's going to be good control. The big thing is going to be whether he can get a cheat death when he drops below 30%, or whether he can be chunked from like 31% to 0 and never proc his roots. That is going to be the big thing. Because if he can't do that, then he's going to be pretty much useless and very, very niche in when you can get him to work. If he does do that, then he is going to be pretty solid, in my opinion, for an A level. And once again, after I finish Arden and Damien, I feel like he is a pretty safe bet to slap onto the Wilder wish list. But once again, for a rate up, not it for me. Just A levels, I'm just not going to do. I just don't see the point in myself doing it personally. But that is just me. You guys let me know what you think. Let me know what you think of his kit, the idea of another A level banner. I don't know. Anyway, that is going to be it for this one. As always, thanks for watching. Hope you have an awesome day, and I look forward to seeing the next one. Cheers.